the more than 46 million people that are now living below the poverty line. The official 9.1% unemployment, and the real U6 measured 16.2% unemployment. The fact that large corporations continue to sit on piles of cash, hide in offshore tax havens, and take jobs elsewhere, while their executives rake in record profits.
The online magazine Cobra Post has done an expose on private banks. A sting operation has been conducted by Cobra Post across various branches of private financial institutions, and this sting shows how bank employees are accepting black money from customers. Cobra Post in fact claims that the nationwide operation shows how private banking and insurance affiliates launder money as part of standard procedures. Money laundering services are openly being offered even to walk-in customers who wish to launder their money. The Cobra Post sting shows a variety of options are being offered. So far, the Cobra Post has shown HDFC Bank and its insurance affiliates offering such services. Other banks are also said to be involved.
€1 billion. That's how much money this woman has allegedly laundered in Bulgaria. She is now being sued in Sofia City Court. Prosecutors say she was affiliated with the Russian mafia. The European Commission wants to see more guilty verdicts by courts like this one. It further urges severe sanctions over financial frauds and more specifically tax evasion or money laundering. But it's not harsh punishment that's going to fix EU's problems, experts say, rather than financial stimulus for the real economy.
The spectrum of what is grey economy ranges from small informal enterprises that are informal because the government does not find them and doesn't know about them, to the more criminal aspects of cheating in social security, cheating taxes. So curbing the grey economy should not be punishing it unless it's criminal, but it should be through incentives to get out of the grey economy, which can be through tax breaks, through investment incentives, etc.
But officials see it differently. The European Anti-Fraud Office, OLAF, says the EU social and development funds have been drained for far too long. And in times of crisis, such generosity has to face zero tolerance.
They call it white gold, but China's black market in ivory is killing Africa's precious elephants. The undercover team found more than half the shops and factories they visited were selling smuggled ivory. This trader offers carvings without legal certificates.
I can supply without the official paperwork. Everybody's doing it. The whole country's doing it.
There is a legal trade in ivory, but growing demand far outstrips supply. And the surge in amounts being seized by customs suggests that more than half the world's illegal ivory ends up in China, being sold in markets like these.
Altogether, you could call this not only a bad economy, but it's an employment crisis. But there's one thing about it that never gets talked about, and that's the underground economy. And it's been estimated that this underground economy is worth somewhere around $1 trillion, or 8% of GDP.
The war between Mexico's powerful drug cartels is rooted in almost 5 years of violence and corruption. Spain's TVE has reported on the cartel's mounting ruthlessness like this.
Mexico has once again become the site of a mass murder. 17 bodies have appeared in the northern city of Tijuana. 12 of the bodies were discovered gagged with their hands tied and sustained gunshot wounds to the head. They were in the middle of a construction site located next to a school.
Images of the dead and wounded began to dominate Spanish-language media as cartel fighting spiraled out of the government's control. The numbers are staggering. 1,000 people killed in just the first 2 months of 2009, 6,300 in 2008, and more than 2,500 in 2007, Mexico's Attorney General told the Associated Press.
Mexico's Navy has captured a mini-submarine loaded with drugs off the country's southern coast. But there's been a surge in drug violence, and some Mexicans are asking if the war on drugs can ever be won.
A report by the geopolitical risk analysis group Stratfor traced the flow of drugs from Colombia, Argentina, Peru, Bolivia, and Venezuela through Mexico to the U.S.
Trying to have these enhanced background checks where you're going to, in my neighborhood, if I want to sell my gun to my neighbor, I have to go to a gun shop or something like that and have this background check done before I can actually hand the gun over to my neighbor. It's not going to happen. What they would basically do is create an instant black market for firearms. You're going to have a black market effect where the price of firearms skyrocket because you're going to be able to, you're going to not sell, you're not going to opt in on that. You're going to sell it to your neighbor for extra money if the background check doesn't have to be done.